Okay, let's paint a picture. You're in your final months of active duty. You've got a stack of out processing paperwork, a brain full of transition briefs, and your civilian wardrobe is just a wrinkled t shirt and one pair of jeans. But you're not thinking about your VA claim because nobody warned you that it's way easier to win your benefits before you ETS than after. Well, buckle up because today we're breaking down exactly what you should be doing while you're still in uniform to make your VA disability claim smoother, faster, and way more likely to win. I'm talking about insider prep, checklists, what to say during your final exams, and how to walk out of the military like you already got your rating in hand. And hey, if you're serious about getting your benefits right the first time, I've got a course called the Vet Rating Guide at simplevetbenefits.com that walks you through the whole process from A to Z because trust me, winging it doesn't work, especially not with the VA. Success story. From E5 to 90% disability. Before the boots came off, meet Staff Sergeant Jake Ramirez, a combat engineer stationed at Fort Campbell with 11 years of service. SAINs. 2 deployments, and a lower back that sounded like popcorn every time he reached to tie his shoes. Jake had been putting off the VA claims process for years because, like many service members, he figured, I'll deal with that stuff when I'm out. But at a battalion safety brief, one of those 400 PowerPoint slides between you and the weekend, a guest speaker from the VA mentioned something called BDD. Benefits Delivery at Discharge. The words that stuck with Jake were, if you file between 180 and 90 days before your ETS, you might have your rating and first check before your boots are off. That got his attention. Phase 1. Realizing what qualified, Jake had brushed off his lower back pain, migraines, and tinnitus from IED blasts. He didn't have a lot of documentation, just sporadic visits to sick call, a couple line of duty notes, and a thick stack of Motrin prescriptions. But a senior NCO told him, if it happened during service and is still affecting you now, it might be rateable. That's when Jake got serious. Phase 2, filing the claim. At 150 days from separation, Jake submitted his BDD claim online using va.gov. Here's what he included. Lay statement describing his back pain, sleep issues, migraines, and hearing problems. Buddy statements from 2 team leaders who remembered Jake hobbling back from route clearance missions. A civilian chiropractor's summary from off-post treatment he sought while stationed on CONUS. His separation health assessment, which his medical officer filled out during his final physical. He also requested his C&P exams be scheduled before separation, which the VA did because of the BDD timeline. Phase 3, waiting and wandering. C&P exams were fast-tracked. He showed up with all his paperwork in a small chest pack. Yes, that's where the plug comes in. He said it helped him not lose the evidence in his truck or duffel. 3 weeks after his final out processing date, the envelope came. 50% for migraines, 20% for back strain, 10% for tinnitus, 10% for GERD, combined rating, 90%. Then came the kicker. He got approved for TDIU, total disability based on individual unemployability, because his migraines and back pain made consistent work impossible in a civilian welding gig. Jake's benefits started the first month after his discharge, and his family didn't have to wait or dip into savings. His daughter's Chapter 35 educational benefits kicked in that year. Why Jake's story matters. Jake didn't have a bulletproof case. He wasn't in the hospital every month. He didn't have a thick medical file. What he had was willingness to start early, credible statements from people who served with him, a strategy using BDD lay statements, and a focused C&P prep. He took action before separation, and because of that, he avoided the gap months so many veterans experience, where you've ETS'd but your benefits are stuck in limbo. If you're within 180 days of your ETS, don't wait until you're out. File under the BDD program. Gather buddy statements. lay statements, and medical summaries. Use tools like the Vet Rating Guide to make your claim bulletproof. Keep everything accessible in your test pack or secure folder. And if Jake's story hit home, drop yours in the comments. There's a generation of service members still in uniform who don't know they can do this. But be the reason someone else gets their benefits faster. Okay, so back to the video. How active duty veterans can prep for VA claims. So the VA gives you 1 year after separation to file and still have your claim tied to your separation date. That's huge because it means if your claim takes 8 months to approve, you still get back pay all the way back to your ETS. But filing earlier, like before separation, unlocks BDD, the Benefits Delivery at Discharge program. It lets you file 180 to 90 days before your ETS and often gets your claim decided faster than a rush haircut before inspection. So let's say your back has been wrecked since your deployment in 2018. You've been toughing it out because, well, military. But you have never gone to sick call. So here's the move. Go now. Go get that issue in your record. This is not the time to play tough. If your knee, your sleep, your mental health, get it in your file. You need a formal diagnosis for the VA to even consider your condition. Oh, and get copies of everything. Print those medical records, screenshot them, mail a copy to your grandma if you need to, because once you're out, getting those records is like pulling teeth in blackout conditions. If I were ETSing next month, here's the actual claim prep checklist I'd follow. Number 1, schedule appointments for everything that hurts, clicks, or keeps you up at night. Number 2, print or digitally save medical records. 3, start a symptom journal. Write down how your conditions affect your daily life, especially for things like PTSD, IBS, migraines, or joint pain. Number 4, talk to your chain about line of duty documentation. If you had injuries that don't make it into your medical file, LODs can backdate those claims. Number 5, get buddy statements from your team leader, your bunkmate, your battle buddy, specific events, dates, places. It all helps. Number 6, submit your BDD claim 90 to 180 days before ETS. Simple? Yes. Easy to forget in the chaos of out processing? Also yes. But that's why you're watching this video. If you submit a BDD claim or a post-separation claim, you're going to get scheduled for a CMP exam. These aren't wellness visits. They're job interviews with a paycheck attached. So it's important to know what you're walking into. If your knee locks up twice a day, say that. If you can't sleep without nightmares, say that. If you can't pick up your kid or mow the lawn, say that. I go through all of this and more in the Vet Rating Guide. By the way, not because it's a sales pitch, but because it's a battle plan. And you don't win wars by winging them. Let's run through a few real life rookie moves. Not reporting injuries until after your ETS. That gap makes the VA question the link, especially if it's after 1 or 2 years. Downplaying symptoms. Humble doesn't get you paid. Honest does. Submitting an incomplete claim. Missing forms equals VA paperwork perjury. Skipping your CMP exam. I shouldn't even have to say this one. These mistakes are preventable. That's why I created a whole strategy inside the Vet Rating Guide to make sure you file like a pro, not a guesser. When I say stay organized, I don't mean keep everything in a crusty manila folder. I mean get a chest pack. Seriously, I use one every day. Toss your ID, medical records, Nexus letter, phone, VA form printouts, all in one place. It's water resistant, mission ready, and unlike your last pair of ruck boots, it won't quit on you. No infomercial vibe, just real use. Look, leaving the military is a transition. You're saying goodbye to chow halls, formations, and being voluntold for everything. But don't leave your benefits on the table. Make sure you file early. Document your conditions. Prepare like this is your next mission because, well, it is. The VA doesn't hand out benefits for free, but it does reward preparation. So let's wrap this up. If you're still in uniform, you're in the best position to file your claim. Use the BDD program. Gather records, get diagnosis, and organize your case. Use the vet rating guide if you want to make this a win, not a guessing game. And grab that chest pack. It's one of the only pieces of gear you'll actually want to keep after your ETS. Filed a claim back when Blockbuster was still open? There might be gold buried in those old denials. In my next video, I'll show you exactly how to dig it up. Spoiler alert, retroactive pay is very real.